Hey everyone, it's Jamie from BestNerdLife and welcome to another game review. Now I make it no secret that I'm a huge fan of retro low-poly PlayStation 1 era games. So when the Tartarus key appeared on my radar, I was instantly intrigued. Plus, I also just kind of think the Tartarus key is an absolutely badass name for a game. The story opens with Alex Young suddenly awakening in a mysterious mansion with no clue how she got there. The door to the room she is in is locked up tight, with a key hidden away behind a puzzle. This first room is just one of many in the mansion, and the player must guide Alex through them to escape alive. Oddly enough, someone or something is watching her. It's an intriguing opening for sure, and one that pretty much hooked me straight away. Many of the puzzles had me writing clues down and working things out in my little real-life notebook. It's a game that is very good at making you think you've figured it all out, only to dramatically inform you that you didn't solve the puzzle correctly. Aside from Alex, there are other people in the mansion, unwilling victims caught in their own perilous predicaments. It's up to Alex to help them escape. And here's the kicker, she can fail, or rather, the player can fail. Misinterpret a clue, or input a wrong answer, and the person who needs to be saved is unceremoniously killed. It brings a nice bit of tension when solving certain puzzles. Luckily, most of them are fairly logical to work out. None seem to use moon logic too much, which is extremely positive. I can't count how many times I've come across a puzzle that only the creator could hope to solve. A particularly tough one did roadblock me for quite some time though, which was pretty frustrating. Overall, it is a tense, atmospheric adventure that relies on puzzles and plot. Horror fans have a lot to love. Alongside the mansion, the Tartarus key showcases other iconic horror tropes. Mysterious figures wandering about, as well as demonic symbols and artifacts scattered around. Some genuinely freaky supernatural moments overall. There are even doors marked with different emblems waiting to be unlocked with a specific key, kinda like Resident Evil. Aesthetically, this is absolutely a game rooted in the past. PlayStation 1 era horror games just had an innate creepiness to them. 3D shapes shift strangely and textures flicker unnervingly. Even down to the unsettling blankness of the simplified character models. You can tell that they are human, but they just don't look quite right. I think the Tartarus key captures that extremely well. To enhance this experience, there are a host of graphics settings, most of them for emulating various retro-inspired effects. These options include vertex shake, a fine texture mapping, anti-aliasing, and even a CRT shader. I immediately made sure these were all toggled on to give myself the crunchiest visual experience. There are also the expected brightness and field of view sliders too. These design decisions also inform the voice acting, or rather the lack of voice acting. The majority of exposition is delivered through both text and lightly animated portraits. Each section of dialogue that appears on screen is accompanied by a subtle sound effect. It is an effect that is oddly satisfying. With 3 endings to unlock, there's a fair bit of incentive to play through the Tartarus key again. It can be pretty rough with the puzzles, so those not wanting their brain teased may want to avoid it. The game is a clear and loving homage to horror games of the past. So much so that it wouldn't surprise me if this was developed back in late 1999 and somehow hadn't been released until now. Someone who grew up with the original PlayStation, I can't help but recommend it. It also happens to be rather entertaining too, so that is a plus. So yeah, that was me talking about the Tartarus key. If you enjoyed this video, then by all means like, comment, subscribe, do all that social media goodness, and as always, keep living that best nerd life.